Hey guys, Logan the Collector here. I just figured I'd make this video showcasing 10 of my best coin roll hunting finds for 2017. Um, I mean, I haven't been able to do coin roll hunting lately, but this is anything I found between January and now. So, number 10 is this 2002S Proof Penny. As you can see, it's been circulated to hell. It has no cameo contrast left, except without my flash on, you can see a little bit beneath one, but obviously this was a proof because the S Mint mark. None of these were released for circulation directly from the mint. Somebody has to break apart a set for one of these to get into circulation, which is pretty common considering I've found 7 proofs this year, and there are even a few more in this video that I will show. Speaking of proofs, next is this 1980S dime at number 9. I found this really odd place. I was walking into the grocery store and I saw a dime on the ground and it looked really shiny. Turns out it's a 1980S proof. Pretty good shape for having been circulated, and when I found it on the ground too. I mean, it's got some cameo contrast for sure, just like the 2002S. This was not released for general circulation. It was released as a collector's item for sale from the mint for more than face value in a set. But again, somebody took this out of a set and spent it. I mean, I hate seeing like a nice coin getting circulated like this, but I mean, can't pass up proofs for face value, and in this case, this one was free considering somebody dropped it on the ground. Number 8, 1942p war nickel. As you can see, this is a really good condition one. Besides some of the discoloration, is probably extremely fine details, like I have written. This was all the way back in June. That was a long time ago from now, actually. Feels like I found this a year ago already, even though it's only been a few months. It's just because I haven't done a nickel box in a long time. But anyway, this is like the nicest war nickel I've ever found, besides the 1943p. It's got even better details than this, but sadly the front of it is all scratched. The cool thing about that nickel, though, the 1943p that was all scratched, it was actually an ender. And if you guys don't know what an ender is, it's when you get machine-wrapped rolls from the bank, and there is an old coin or a desirable coin on the end of the shotgun roll, visible without opening the roll. Okay, so number 7, 1979S proof nickel. Only reason why I put this one in is because of the condition. This is the nicest proof I've ever found. I do have some nice proofs, but most of them do not have the great cameo contrast like this. This does have some scratches and fingerprints, but for my guess, this was not circulated for a long time. Just because the date is 1979 doesn't mean somebody could have released it this year. They could have broken apart the set this year and spent it. I'll never know, though. If it had been in circulation for a long time, it's definitely been treated well, and I mean, even though it's been circulated a lot, say it has, hypothetically, I guess it's just a good example of a quality coin, just didn't get damaged that much. Number 6, I got a 1959 proof nickel. Now, I don't have this in a case because I haven't got to putting it in the 2x2, but as you guys can see, now that I got a high definition camera, you can definitely see there's a lot of reflectiveness left. This isn't polished because there are no little tiny hairline scratches. Any scratches on it are just from general circulation. Also, I know you guys probably won't be able to see, but on the steps of the building, it's really sharp details. Just looking at it with the naked eye, I can count 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, that is not seen on average nickels of the time period, because sometimes quantity went over quality. So that's why full step nickels are so desirable. But proofs usually had full steps because they were made with great care and eye for quality. But yeah, like I said, 1959 proof. This is the oldest proof that I found. I was debating on whether it was a proof, but really, that reflectiveness can't go, or a proof like coin would not go this far for reflectiveness. It's just such an odd coin because some people might believe it's polished. Like, at first I'm like, oh, that's a polished coin, and I threw this into my jar of old Jefferson nickels. I actually went back filling in dates for my Jefferson nickel album. I saw this and something caught my eye. It must have been the reverse. With that little bit of reflectiveness without the light, you can see. With the light, definitely helps. But I looked at it and I'm like, that looks more and more like a proof as time went on, and I kept looking at it. And then I kept putting it under different light, and I asked some people and they said kind of questionable, but then I mean, testing out different lights, I've had multiple people say they think this is a proof. So this is basically a follow-up to one of my past videos too. So I am confirming that this is a proof. I mean, there were some doubts, like I said, about it before, but it definitely looks like a proof. Okay, so now I'm on to number 5. This is a plain Jane 1943p war nickel, the most common date, I believe, if not 1944p. But this has a cool story. Basically, same thing as the 1980s dime. But this, I found it on my birthday, and it was on the ground, which, I mean, it made me about as happy as I could be. Technically, this is my first silver 2017 as well. Like, I have 2 silver coins I count as circulation finds, because someone I know found a 1969D 40% half and a 1935 Mercury dime circulating somehow. I don't know how, but they found them and they gave them to me, so I counted those as my first 2. So I'm not sure. I think I just did a video not too long ago on this. But anyway, I'm including it in the top 10. There's going to be like a second top 10 video if I remember to do it too. But definitely one of my favorite finds. It's in the middle of the top list. Like I said, number 5. But anyway, I was at the gas station and I was walking past the pump, and there was a penny and a nickel on the ground. I looked down and this is what I saw facing up. And my vision isn't the greatest. In fact, I'm getting glasses, like new prescription glasses, because I already had some and my vision's deteriorating. But at the time I looked down and I said, I swear there's a P on the back of it. And I picked it up and just threw it in my pocket because I had to keep going and go into the convenience store. But I mean, yeah, it's mobile with the convenience store. I went in and bought what I was going to buy, and I came out and I stopped and I looked at the back, and sure enough, there was a P. So I said, that's a war nickel. Yep, 1943p. I gotta get this video going though, because it's kind of getting long. 9 minutes already. Number 4, 1920 Canadian cent, found in U.S. circulation. This is a first-year coin too. one of my most popular live streams. In fact, I think it is the most popular. Was the one I found a 1954D penny that was almost uncirculated and some more stuff, but I'm not listing that yet because one of the coins is actually going to be in this video. Anyway, this was recently, last month. In fact, it's just a month and 1 day ago. But anyway, this is the first year Canada made their cents the size of U.S. cents. They discontinued their large cent in 1920, whereas the U.S. discontinued their large cent in 1857, I believe. They did have one 1868 large cent for some odd reason. I don't know why. It's some pattern coin. But I gotta keep this going, so. But anyway, really nice coin. I mean, I love the older design, and the reverse is really what got me on this coin. It's so simple, but I mean, it just looks so cool with the maple leaves, and I love the font of Canada, and the 1 cent on this actually reminds me of the 1 cent on the wheat pennies. It's got that same font. 1920 though, that's really old. 3 years from now, this is going to be a 100-year-old coin. Okay, down to the top 3. This isn't in a case because this goes in my Buffalo Nickel album. Semi-key date 1925D Buffalo Nickel. I'm going to turn the camera to see, I don't know if I'll be able to show you guys the date. Just looking at what's recording, what I can see through the camera right now, it looks like you might be able to see the 25. But anyway, 1925D, they made 4.5 million of these. Now that's actually relatively low for coins. This is the rarest of the 1925 Buffalo Nickels. Philly Mint made, I think, 35 million. I'm not sure. It's in the 30s of millions. But San Francisco Mint is also a semi-key date like this, but they made 6.3 million, I think I read. But at the time, I didn't realize 1925D was a semi-key date. I'm like, well, that's a cool one. I also found a 1917D, but I'm not going to list that because it was dateless, and it actually ended up turning out bad while getting a date out of it. It's kind of a ruined coin now, but yeah, this is a 1925D, like I said. If you guys have any questions or comments, be sure to leave them too. Number 2, the weirdest find I've ever had in my whole coin collecting career, just because of how I found it. Of course, I mean, this is the oldest dime I've found. Hold on, I don't know why my camera light is not focusing right. But anyway, 1946 is the first year for Roosevelt dimes. It's a very common year. You can get these for melt. But it's a desired year just because of the first year of issue. Fun fact, they actually, or the people after the Great Depression, I mean, this was right after World War II as well. People wrote to the U.S. Mint and they requested FDR be placed on a coin. Now, I like this design just because of how long it's ran. The Lincoln Cent is my all-time favorite, just because of the same thing as this. Lincoln Cent's been running since 1909, Washington Quarter since 32. Roosevelt dime since 46, and Jefferson nickel since 1938. JFK halves in 1964. But anyway, I think I forgot totally already to say how I found this. This was in a penny roll. Now, if you've probably seen all my videos where I was explaining how excited I was to have found this that way. You guys can go check out the live stream if you want to, if you haven't seen it. You have to skip to 24 minutes and 45 seconds if you want to get to just when I opened this live. I'll Also, there's other videos like the recap of the coin roll hunt where I just showed this off. But that's what, or the Canadian penny from 1920 was with this too. Okay, we are down to number 1, probably going to be my all-time best coin roll hunting find ever. It's my oldest ever. 1899 Indian head cent. Now, this was another strange find, but it had a right to be where it was. Like the 1946 dime had no business being in a penny roll. This was on the end of a shotgun roll, aka an ender, like the 1943 nickel I referenced earlier. Not the one I found on the ground, but one I was talking about like early in the video. But yeah, this is what I saw. I saw the reverse of the Indian head penny sticking up as soon as I opened up the sealed Loomis box, and I literally was freaking out. Yeah, I know some people say it's just a coin, but I mean, until you found something like this, like even coin roll hunters will be like, "Oh my God, it's just a penny. Calm down." Till you find something like this, you don't really know what it's like. And I'll tell you what, this certainly made me want to coin roll hunt more. This is the only Indian head penny I've found to date, besides a 1902. I don't count it as a coin roll hunting find or found in circulation because I'm not sure if it was one I had and just had not taken account for, but when I was an early collector, I found a 1902 in my room, 1902 Indian head penny, and I had never had that date. I think it's very possible I had just miscounted and not saw that one. But yeah, this was in circulation, and even better, on the end of a roll. If you guys want to see the video where I open this up out of the roll, it is from May, so it's going to be farther down on my YouTube page. I think it's called Coin Roll Hunting Number 4 Indian Head Penny Found on the End of a Roll. It's a featured video on my channel on the computer version. Yep, Coin Roll Hunting Number 004 Indian Head Cent Found on the End of a Roll. It's a very popular video of mine, 163 views. But thank you guys if you stayed all the way to the end of this. Then you're a trooper watching this whole video. But I just wanted to do like an update on my top 10. I know a lot of these were in a live stream I think I did in the past, but I'm not even sure if that live stream is still around, to be honest, because I had a lot of problems with live streaming around June and July. Like, my first live stream ever is just gone because it didn't upload. I'm looking at my live streams right now. I don't believe that it's... the live stream must be gone. Yeah, it is. But anyway, yeah, so that's a video. Like I said, thank you guys. 15 days left till the giveaway drawing. If you haven't entered in that is the name of that video. It's not far down my page. A 100 subscriber giveaway special. You'll have to watch that to get the rules if you haven't already entered. But yeah. So thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video.